Hey everybody, Sean Holsinger here from HolsingerSplyShop.com. Bringing you another time video this week. This week it's a streamer pattern. It's a micro zonker pattern. Using some new products at the shop. I've showed a video already, but these are the Moonlight Pine Squirrel zonkers. And actually this video I'm going to use, it's actually mink, but it's just like a pine squirrel, but it's made with mink and it's really nice white. High quality stuff. You know, you're not going to get a more even cut than these things. I really like using them. I'm not going to do a lot of talking here. I'm going to get right into the tying video for you. But at the end of it, stick around to the end of the video and I'm going to show you a couple color combinations that I come up with that I think you'll like, and give you just a little bit of inspiration to try different color combinations yourself. So here you're going to see a fly and a vise and then the material list to tie it. Okay, here you see one of the micro zonkers in the vise. Cool looking fly. Let's get into tying it. For a hook, I'm using a Firehole 7/18. This is a size 10. You can tie them on 12s, 10s, 8s even if you want to. For thread, I'm using some Semperfli Nanosilk. This is brown, 12 aught. Just going to start that on and wrap it back towards the bend of the hook there. Next thing we're going to put on is the tail, and the purpose of this tail is you can add color to it if you want, but it's also going to hold up your zonker strip too. So we're just going to start that on there, and that's about, yeah, I like that length. Pull it in just a little bit, and we're going to tie it back just around to about above where the barb would be on this hook if it was a barbed hook. And then we're going to wrap this forward a little bit, about halfway up. Then what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take and I'm going to bend these fibers over and I'm going to cut them at an angle. And that's going to see, it's going to cut those all at an angle and it's going to taper into the hook nicely. So when you wrap it down, it has a nice taper and just blends down into that hook like I want it there. Got a little straggler there. So next thing we're going to do, we're going to bring our thread back here to that tail section, and I'm going to put on the zonker strip. For the zonker, we're going to do this one in white, and this is mink. This is a mink zonker. And we're just going to lay that on there, and I'm going to see, I want the leather on this zonker strip to go just shy of the tips of the tail there, like that. So it's going to go a little bit past, the hair is going to go a little bit past, you can see where I got it there. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to separate the hair right above my tie-in point. Just going to separate them, wet my fingers a little bit to make sure they stay apart. And then I'm going to lay this on the top, but I'm going to lay it just a hair over to the side so it rolls up on top when I pull it down. Just like that. Get about 5 or 6 wraps there to make sure it's secure. And then I'm going to pull my mink strip back. Now, next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the body on this. For the body, I'm using some SLF Whitlock's dubbing blends. And the color I'm going to use is Scud and Shrimp Gray. And this is just going to make a natural colored body to it. You can use like the oranges. One color I like to use is the Squirrel Nymph Abdomen. Gives you a little bit of an orange tint to it. I like that a lot. Just going to wrap that on there and then bring my thread up. We're going to make a dubbing loop. You see my split thread there. So I'm using my Swiss multi-tool. Use whatever dubbing twister you have. And just take about a 2-inch strip of dubbing here. Spread it out a nice 1.5 inch wide there, I'd say, 1 inch wide. And about a 2-inch long strip. And then I'm going to put it in between my dubbing loop. Get it in there. As you can see there, nice and separated. I got the dubbing halfway between the thread. And then I'm just going to twist that up. And I'm going to brush it out a little bit just to get it nice and buggy. Alright, once I get that brushed out, next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take my Renzetti vise here. And I'm going to use the true rotary feature on this, and I'm just going to spin this up real quick. Nice side by side wraps there. Get that up towards the eye, and then we're going to tie it off. You see I got a little bit too much dubbing. That's fine. Just cut that off. We can pull it out and save it for next time. And then we're just going to clean that up just a hair. And then we're going to brush out our dubbing. And I'm going to brush it downwards and back. And this is going to make the belly on our fly. So we're going to pull this over here in a minute like this, you see. So I want all my fibers to go down and back. We're just going to tease them like that. But before we pull our before we pull our mink strip down over, I'm going to put a collar on this. For the collar, I'm using some brown olive c.d.c. and I put it in my Swiss clamp here. So this one I'm going to split the thread on it and do a dubbing loop with split thread. This Semperfli Nanosilk, this Semperfli Nanosilk flattens out real nice. And you can split the thread real nice with it. So I'm just taking my bodkin and rubbing over that thread, getting it to flatten out. And then I'm just going to separate it in half, stick my finger in between, put my material in there. Once I get my material in it, I'll put my finger behind it, give my bobbin a twist. And it'll spin on there real nice. So I do both dubbing loops with the splitting the thread and with my multi-tool. I like to do both ways. Just depends on what I'm doing, how much material I'm putting in it. Okay, now that I got that collar on there, I'm just going to take again and I'm going to tease all the fibers down so I can come over the top with my Zonker strip. I'm just going to pull that Zonker strip straight out over the top and pull all my fibers back. And then once I get them where I want them, I'm going to hold that right on top there and tie it down right behind the eye. So as I do that, try to keep it nice and clean. Get everything going backwards there. Then I'm going to pull my tag end off here. Trim that up. And then we're going to clean up our head. And that's all that's to this cool little fly. I'm just going to clean up this head. If you want to, you can definitely put like some living eyes on there. I don't feel the need for it. I think it'll fish just fine without them, but it'll look a little cooler if you put some eyes on it. And there you go. That's all that's to it. Like I said, just tweak everything, get it the direction you want, and it's done. Okay guys, I hope you like that pattern. It's a really cool pattern, easy to tie. I'm going to have a bunch in my box. Here's some different color combinations. I'm going to just put them up here now while I talk. Just cool looking combinations, mess around with, see what you like best. And like I said earlier in the video, these pine squirrel Zonker strips that they have from Moonlit, they're super, super high quality. Everybody was commenting on them at the symposium. We had to carry them in the shop. They're just nice, even cuts. Just real good quality to work with. The white mink that I was using in the video, I've been tying it, using it for my white death streamers that everybody swears by on, you know, especially in Erie for this Erie steelhead and stuff like that. The old Jeff Blood pattern, it's awesome for the white death pattern. So give it a try for that. Anyways, guys, like always, if you need any of the material you see in the video here today, you can find them on our website at holsingersflyshop.com. And if you want me to tie any of these for you too, I'll be more than happy to tie them. Just reach out to me at holsingersflyshop@gmail.com. I do custom orders all day long, so I'm more than happy to tie these for you if you'd like. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until next week when I bring you another video, I'm Sean Holsinger.